Hello all. This video shows the network offset effect to describe the sustainability value creation that takes place when the high environment impact activities can be replaced with low carbon alternative using different ICT tactics. Myself, Mrs. Manisha Rajput, Assistant Professor in Electronics and Telecommunication Department of D.Y. Patil College of Engineering, Akodi, Pune, Maharashtra. I am the participant of International Faculty Development Program on Environment and Sustainability. In first video, we have seen the ITUT initiatives towards the impact of climate change and protection of the environment in telecommunication field. There, we have seen few examples, that is tackling of e-waste, smart solutions, and the future net. How these will make an impact on the environment. In second video, we are seeing different standards on ISO, ITUT and IEC standards for environment in telecommunication field and various mobile network components contribution to overall CO2 emission. Overall mobile network carbon footprint in terms of GHG emission, solutions that can reduce the carbon footprint from hardware and software point of view. After this video, the participants or the students will design their own solution to reduce the GHG emission by minimizing the business travel cost, time, and produce energy efficient and sustainable product. They can relate that changing production is slow route, but changing consumption can be faster and is often less expensive and lower the CO2 emission. They can develop the methodologies required to better quantify and realize the energy efficiencies, cost saving, and emission reduction potential of ICT product. These are the different ISO, ITUT, and IWS standards. ISO 26000, this standards is giving you guidelines on social responsibilities. Example, social, economical, and the environmental guidelines. And this standard will follow all the sustainable development goals. So it will SDC is having total 17 points into it related to the different sectors, and then ISO 26000 will follow to the all SDGs. Then ISO IWA9. IWA9 stands for International Workshop Agreement, which is done between India, US, Australia. So this standards give the framework for managing sustainable development in business. Example, planning the methodologies used for sustainable business. This is also used for sustainable cities and the communities. Then ISO 10711, this is the intelligent transport system. Smart transport for efficient and sustainable output. Then ITUT study group 20, this is basically for the Internet of Things and the smart cities and the communities. Example, machine to machine communication, ubiquitous sensor network. These are some examples of the ITUT study group 20. The last three standards are used to give the sustainable development goal, which is the 11 number and which is for sustainable cities and communities. ICT solution to minimize the environmental impact. Now, reducing the greenhouse gas emission means eliminating the activities that burn fossil fuels and send carbon dioxide equivalent emission into the atmosphere. That is, to lower the CO2 emission, it is necessary to change how we produce the consumption of the energy. Changing production, we know it is a slow route, but changing consumption can be faster and is often less expensive and produces meaningful result. ICT related tactic for changing the consumption fall into four broad categories, and these categories are moving work to people rather than people to work. Example, telecommunicating and a video conferencing. Second is connecting rather than traveling, managing business remotely and in real time, improving transportation and distribution system in a efficient way. The CO2 reduction potential of ICT solution. So to cope up with all the previous slide, all the tactic of the previous slide, the CO2 reduction potential of ICT industry solution is examined across four key areas, and those areas are smart workplaces, smart data centers, smart transportation, and smart electric grids. Each of the four solutions available today that help to reduce carbon dioxide emission and become more efficient, productive, and the sustainable solution. Now we will see one by one. Smart workplaces, decreasing energy intensive travel through telecommunicating, or you can say teleconferencing or video conferencing and other collaborative workspace services. Smart data centers, providing efficient centralized data management, internet communication, and software service that streamlines computing resources and reduce their associated power uses. Smart transportation, reducing transportation or distribution systems using route planning software combined with wireless and satellite based communication, leading to a reduction in energy waste and CO2 emission by reducing idle time, total miles driven, and reducing vehicle traffic on the road. Then, smart electric grids, bringing two-way smart grid communication and monitoring that enable electric utilities to route power in more efficient ways, and remote energy management and control of appliances and other network devices which supports the energy efficient devices. We will see one example. So in earlier slide we have seen these are the four different solutions. Now let us see, we will see the solution for smart transportation. Let us assume that rather than whenever a industry is planning to have a meet where it is having branches all over the world, then rather than calling people at one place, it is obviously a better solution to do a video conferencing, or you can say a teleconferencing. Nowadays lot of ICT tools are available. Example, nowadays in this pandemic situation, everywhere we will be using Google Meet, Webex. These are some solutions where we are virtually meeting each another and have a proper discussion and the sharing of data and knowledges. So, the teleconferencing carbon reduction model, which was developed by AT&T by Ometi Research by Steve and Crandall, who holds a PhD in experimental particle physics from the State University of New York at Stony Brook and work at Bell Labs at AT&T Research in Applied Physics, Digital and Broadband Network Research. So he has developed a teleconferencing carbon reduction model. According to that model, CT is the total carbon emission for the conference is given by MI into PA into LA plus PB into LB plus PN into LN into D, where MI is meeting length in hours and generally it is 2 to 3 hours. PA and PB are total power used by systems of user A and B. PN is the average power used by the network. Now here this example is for AT&T network. That's why PN is the average power used by AT&T network in a kilowatt hour per gigabyte. LA and LB are CO2 emission of user A and B per unit energy. ln is CO2 emission for AT&T network and D is the data rate for the two station in gigabytes per second. So this is the model whenever we are doing any teleconferencing meet. Now we will see how the CO2 is reduced. So carbon dioxide emission reduction is given by CF plus CG minus CT, where CF is CO2 emission by round trip travel. CG is the CO2 emission by a ground travel if that passenger or if that users are traveling by any of the vehicle, aeroplane, something like that. And CT is the CO2 emission by the teleconferencing. So this is a model given by Steve Cradle which at a AT&T lab. So according to this model, the study case or you can have a case study of AT&T teleconferencing specific energy consumption is given by they have used a Cisco 3200 systems which is of 3214 watts. Then havoc for the room is 1071 watts which is one third of the power dissipate is removed by the AC. So if you add both the things then total power is of the particular room is 4285 watts. The AT&T network requires 654 kilowatt hours per terabyte of traffic. So it includes all the energy cost. Now, in additional, the embedded carbon calculation, which may be or which may include manufacturing and ultimate disposal of hardware based on the GDP, $2267 GDP per metric tons of carbon dioxide, or you can say MTCO2. This assumes a 6-year life and a retirement cost of 50% of the construction and a installation. Cisco bases its calculation on 54% of the hourly operation carbon dioxide production using 0.62 kg per kilowatt hour for the average US carbon intensity. So this calculation work out to about 3.15 pounds of carbon dioxide per station per hour. Now, the Global Enabling Sustainable Initiative, that is GESI. So, according GESI is a partner with two UN organizations, the United Nations Environment Program and the International Telecommunication Union, as well as a range of international stakeholders committed to ICT sustainability objective. According to GSI report, the ICT enabled improvement in commercial logistics that optimize road transport could reduce emission by 15 to 28% by 2020 in the US and deliver gross saving of $65 billion to 115 billion annually to the economy from reduce of the fuel consumption. So this is the case study of AT&T whenever we'll be using all the smart workplaces, smart data centers, smart transportation and by using the smart electric grids. So these are the references. The first reference is a paper on executive summary of AT&T on networking for sustainability, the network offset effect. And later on there are some you can say global e-sustainability initiative, then ISO standards and the different publication. So these are the references used to make this particular video. Thank you all.